One of the courses that I teach is a course of business ethics, and one of the biggest assignments in that course is a group project. Now, the way that I usually structure groups, these are not ad hoc groups, these are actual teams, and I use the principles of communities of practice, emphasizing domain, the community, and the practice in order to create various activities for the groups to complete throughout the semester. So communities of practice could be occupying physical space, but there could also be virtual communities of practice. And one of the ways in which you create a virtual community of practice is by use of digital technology in order to create this sense of togetherness and a feeling of community. Using a community of practice allows me to create a cognitive apprenticeship opportunity for my students and to make sure that what they're learning is not only applicable within the course, but something that could be transferred. Last week, when we were using MindMeister, my mind was literally blown by the opportunities that this particular software provides. And I thought that it would actually be an amazing way to deliver this group project assignment in a scaffolded way. So I decided to create a mind map for the group project that each group can use and adapt. And let me just walk you through the project quickly before I explain to you how this mind map would be used by my students. So each group is assigned a topic. Now the topic is something that comes from their textbook. They have to address that topic not only by explaining what the textbook actually says, but by also finding a relevant case study and presenting that case study in class. In fact, there are 4 different aspects of the group project. There is collaboration, the report, the oral presentation by the speakers, and the slides, multimedia, PowerPoint or Prezi or what have you. And the group project is evaluated on the basis of these 4 different aspects. So one way in which I decided to use the mind map here is to outline some of the tasks that students can think about. I organized the tasks into several categories, and some of these categories are already populated. So we have research-related tasks, facilitating task, writing, editing, fact-checking, rehearsing. The students can use the tasks that I have already provided for them. They could change them. They could easily assign them to each other within the group. They could check them off as they go through the list. They could add new tasks. They could add new categories of tasks, but this is a way for them to start thinking about how to approach this particular project strategically. In terms of collaboration, I have also created several different categories here that will help them to organize their project and also to kind of keep them on track and give them some ideas about how to proceed, where to start, etc. So here under research, I have outlined the things that they should pay attention to, at least initially, like which publications they might want to consider, what kind of keywords they should come up with, possible related topics, short list of cases, and what is their chosen case. Also, because most of the collaboration the students will probably do using some sort of a virtual space, I have created a listing of different virtual spaces that they could use and have created categories or lists for pros and cons. And some of these are going to be pre-populated by me. And I would really like for each group to go through them and to maybe add some of their own pros and cons, discuss which space they would like to use, and then indicate what their chosen virtual space would be. I have also given them some pointers here under slides or multimedia. So here will be a listing of different software that they could use with pros and cons, like PowerPoint or Prezi. Here I address, some of the things that they should include. So They should have at least 5 slides. If they want to add more slides, they can. Videos or images, and I'm going to supply some of the criteria that they should use to decide whether they should use a video or an image, whether an image or a video is appropriate or relevant to the topic that they're covering. And lastly, I have included a note here on resources. So some of these resources will be provided by me. Some of these resources the students would have to find on their own and populate these fields right here. And some of the things that I would like to include here are some examples of how to identify relevant keywords, for example. So I hope that the students can make best use of this scaffolded outline for their group project, and they could also learn to organize their other work, both in this course, maybe in other courses, but also, outside of the college environment.